Hi, I'm Jen with PepperHarrow. Today we're going to be talking about the seeds we're starting right now. Hi everyone. So today we're going to be talking about seed starting, and several of you have asked what seeds we're starting this early season, and we're mid-February right now, so it's still a little bit early. We're in zone 5B in central Iowa, so most of our seeds really start to get going mid-March or at least 4 weeks before our last frost date, and for us that is May 15th. So you basically will look up your last frost date and back in your dates from there. But some of the things that we have going early season, as planned, it's very intentional from our standpoint. Some of the things that we have going right now are ranunculus and anemone. Those are two very cold weather loving flowers that we have pre-sprouted, and we'll show you a little bit more about those. And we've actually done a separate video about how to get those going, starting them and then transplanting them into the ground. Those are the two major ones for us this time of year. But some of the other ones that I have going right now are perennials. I like to give perennials plenty of time to grow so that they are nice and big when I get ready to transplant them into the ground. So examples of perennials I have growing right now are columbine, phlox, dianthus, also known as sweet William, and a perennial that I'm super excited about is delphinium. I actually started Cliveden Beauty this year. It's this beautiful light blue color. I'm so excited to have it, to be able to use it for design work. And the last one that I was trying to grow that I wanted to make sure I had really nice healthy plants on were globe thistle, a really popular one, very unique looking, and I just want to be able to have that early and have large plants established. So that's what I have going right now for perennials. And again, I'm starting them this early because I just want to make sure they're nice and big. I may end up having to transplant those, bumping them up from the little cell trays that I have growing up into a bigger pot. Okay, so the next question you guys asked is what kind of annuals we have growing right now. And there's a huge list. The types of annuals that we grow this early in the season are typically annuals that can take a lot of the cool weather, which if you heard our initial seed starting video, you heard me kind of make reference to that. Examples of those cool flowers and things that we have started right now are stock, bachelor's buttons, amie, snapdragons, and sweet peas. A couple other annuals that we have going right now that just take a little extra time to grow are lisianthus and also eucalyptus. Those are two relatively slow growing seedlings, so I start them early and I want to make sure that I have plenty of time to grow them up so that when I transplant them out into our growing space that they're strong and healthy enough to take the elements. So what's next? All these seeds, and actually this is just a tiny fourth of the next seeds that I'm going to be starting after these that I've already have started. So what are they? I have to read them off because I haven't done it yet. So I have some Rudbeckia here, basically black-eyed Susan, cosmos, double Dutch white, dill. I usually do several successions of dill. Forget-me-nots, a beautiful rose color, status, nigella, salvia, saponaria, the list it goes on and on. I also have bupleurum and larkspur started, and how I start those is I actually filled up trays, I put the seeds in the tray, and I set them out in the snow right beside the greenhouse. There's snow on top of them, they're cold stratifying. Those two seeds in particular like cold stratification. That means a little bit of a period where the temperatures are sub-zero. This is a best practice that I found, is like let Mother Nature do its work, especially with those two. If I try to start them inside, chances are they're not going to pre-sprout for me and end up growing flowers. To do our seed starting process, we use a sterile seed starting mix that we obtained at our local distributor. We take the seed starting mix and we actually put it into a 72 tray. So this is a 72 cell tray. You can get these at any greenhouse growing store online. We put our seed starting soil into these 72 trays, and this is how we do our seed starting process. So we're starting these seedlings early. You can see how healthy and strong they look, but our intention is to take them and to plant them out in the next couple weeks here at the beginning of March. we have a covered greenhouse that we will be taking and transplanting them into. So we'll be taking these seedlings and we'll be transitioning them outside. You still have to use the process of hardening off. So these little seedlings that we have growing inside, they're now strong enough. You can see they're past those first 2 sets of buds that have come up. They now have at least 4 leaves started. They're ready to be transitioned outside to do the hardening off process. I usually will plan about a week to let them harden off outside. So I'll just basically take them out for an hour a day, just gradually taking them out. After that week's amount of time, I'm gonna go ahead and plant them directly into our high tunnel in the back so that we can have early blooms for around the mid-April, end of April time frame. I won't be planting everything in the tunnel right now. For example, my delphinium, I'm actually going to save those and mature those out. And you probably heard me say that when I was talking about the perennials. Some of the perennials, I'm going to let them grow nice and big before I do anything with them. Things like these bachelor's buttons, they'll go directly into that high tunnel so that I can have those blooms for early spring. The same way with the ranunculus and anemone and the stock. Things are getting ready to go into the tunnel now so that we can have blooms available, hopefully for Mother's Day. I hope that gives you some inspiration. Hopefully you have a better understanding of the seedlings that you can start early on in the season and know kind of what we're looking at growing and how we do our growing process. If you guys have anything that you think I might have missed that I should maybe look at growing, put that comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts or things that you're starting right now that I should be looking at. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button and definitely hit that like button. Thank you guys for joining today and happy growing.